Welcome to another episode of Saint Vincent Untold Stories. On this episode, we look at the damages caused by Hurricane Elsa and many more. Big ups to all of my subscribers. And if you are new to this channel, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon, because you are going to want to see this video and several more like this one. The big man gave a press conference in which he said that only essential workers were to check into work yesterday. But you know how it goes in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Some companies still made their employees go to work. The big man then had to come back again and said that he told the non-essential workers to stay at home. Even some of the market vendors came out to hustle. We then have to look at the reasons why the market vendors came out. Remember, we are under extreme poverty. Is it a case that they had nothing and their bills were due, so they had to meet up with their bills? Just recently, the Elsa volcano in St. Vincent had several effusive and explosive eruptions. There were floods, there were lahars, and still we are under the big sea right now. Plus there was dengue fever. No matter where you live in St. Vincent right now, it could be in the green zone, the yellow zone, the orange zone, or the red zone. Everyone is feeling it right now. These things affected everyone. The Elsa volcano destroyed a lot of crops, and then it calmed down. Then farmers were saying yes, they have a chance to revive themselves. But when we look at what Hurricane Elsa did, some of those farmers have to start back again from ground zero. Just recently, money was paid out to farmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and some of those farmers already spent those monies to try to get their crops going again. Now look, Hurricane Elsa. There were some persons in some shelters from the Owe community, and they were relocated to different shelters. But they said the rules that were at those shelters wasn't for adults. Those were for youths. So some of them decided to return back into the red zone to start the cleaning process. But while there, the hurricane came and blew off their roofs. Some persons couldn't prepare at all, because we know that during the hurricane seasons, they normally give warnings, tell you to nail up your window and so forth, to make sure that your roofs are properly nailed and secured. But because of the volcanic eruptions, some of those roofs were already weakened and disrupted. So it is like only a small wind could just take them away. Now, some of those persons who were sent home from the shelters and some who went back of their own free will have to now return to shelters. Some persons in the shelters didn't receive anything at all from Nemo, so they saw it better to return to their homes, where they can roast to breadfruit, fry to plantain, cook to steam bananas, and so forth. It then leaves us to wonder, what was the volcano relief money for? Because it have some people didn't want to evacuate. But the evacuation order was given for all the persons from the red zone to evacuate. And when they evacuated, persons overseas were sending things to assist them. And those things never reached some of the persons. So now you understand why some persons didn't move from their homes at all. Because they were saying that in 1979, they knew knew the struggles that they faced in the shelters. To be honest, a lot of persons, as I said before, wasn't even prepared because a lot of people did not even charge their phones. They did not expect poles and so forth to fall down because first they said that it was a storm, then it transformed into a hurricane. Oftentimes, when the electricity goes in St. Vincent, people tend to cast the blame on Vinlec. Or when the internet goes, they tend to call out Flow and Digicel. But the thing is, they won't just take off their services like that because they are losing revenues. They will try to get them back on track as soon as possible. So if you see a pole fall down, or lines fall down, call them immediately so they can access the damage and deal with it. If those volcano relief monies are not distributed properly or equally, would find ourselves in serious problems because look, we have some institutions lending volcano relief monies. So, some persons are saying that they are not given these loans because they are not working. But that's the way how the institutions work. They want you to pay back those monies. But what we are saying, enough money came in to help those affected. So, I don't see why some persons are not getting anything. There are those who like to criticize. They love to jump up and every minute these vloggers are talking about the volcano and the relief monies. But let me tell you something. Who feels it knows it. You have to be in it to know what is going on. They would tell you to call Nemo. So tell me something. Nemo doesn't have the record. How come they know how many people evacuated when they do the roadworks twice per year? When they start the paying process, they call them out by names. So tell me something. They don't have a list to say who got already and who did not get. No, man. Something is going on in this country. They are going to ask for hurricane relief monies again. And you know, some of those persons still won't get anything. These things that are happening right now in St. Vincent are too much for us to bear. You want to tell us one after the other, and we are not changing our ways. This time again, the red zone have been hit very hard, and not just the red zone. There are different areas in which house roofs blow off. We have been stressing over and over again. You have to relocate the persons from Sandy Bay. Every time rain comes, the river comes down, flows to the same area. You wanna put them back there again, man? There is a youth from St. Vincent, but he lives in Canada. You know, he predicted this. He was saying that after the volcano, expect some heavy waters. And he was right. Constantly, that youth have been warning the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to change their ways. Come on, man, the volcano relief money come. And you need to help the people. We saw a viral post just recently on social media in which a resident from the Sandy Bay area was saying that the neighbor was treating them badly, always throwing garbage in their yard. Trying to boast, saying that they are nothing. But that person was saying, look now, that they ended up in the same shelter having to eat the same thing and sleep at the same place. It had a time in St. Vincent and the Grenadines that everyone used to be living so loving in togetherness. And now everyone wants to be that woman, that man, that important person. Because of what? Materialistic things that can fade away at any time. If you notice that the Vincentians are living abroad, they don't hesitate to make a contribution because they know how they left St. Vincent and the Grenadines when neighbors used to always talk to neighbors. Just imagine right now in some areas, persons are afraid to leave their homes because the crime rate is increasing. If someone opens a shop next to another shop, a stall next to another stall, it becomes a problem. In Jamaica, you see so many shops next to one another selling the same thing, and it isn't a problem. So why is it a problem in St. Vincent and the Grenadines? It have some that doesn't like what Untold Stories post because we are not hiding the truth. They try to pretty up things. Watch sometimes on their broadcasting that they don't show you the real issues in the ghetto. They don't tell you what is going on. They try to pretty it up. But if you guys continue to do that, how can the people get help when they really need it? You see, and those persons overseas who are making the contributions now could have already done some of that before if they wasn't hiding the truth and denying that there was extreme poverty in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They waited until now to say that. With that being said, we just want to big up the entire population in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the regional islands and the international countries who are supporting and praying for us during these difficult times. You are seeing with your own eyes, you are hearing with your own ears what is going on in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And for what you are doing, we want to thank you.